These days, everywhere you look, people are talking about the strange photos of Donald Trump that have been released. Bruised hands, swollen feet, and rumors mentioning 100 different bizarre diseases. But let me tell you a big secret. The main problem probably isn't some mysterious and frightening disease. The problem is a simple and extremely common technical defect in our body's plumbing system, one that millions of people around the world, including maybe even you, are dealing with without knowing it. Today we're going to reveal this secret. Not to talk about Trump, but so we can learn a vital lesson for our own health from this story. This video is more important than you might think, because it's going to teach you how to listen to your body's silent cries before it's too late. So stay with me and pay close attention until the end. At the end of the video, I'll introduce you to a very special magical remedy. The name of this condition is chronic venous insufficiency, or CVI for short. Its name sounds complicated, but the concept is actually very simple. Imagine your circulatory system is like the plumbing in a multi-story building. Your heart is the pump, and your veins are the pipes. Blood flows down through the arteries under pressure, but to return upward, it has to fight against gravity. That's why there are a series of smart one-way valves in the veins of our legs, which work like metro station gates. They let blood go up, but don't let it flow back down. Now, in CVI disease, these valves become weak and loose due to age, high pressure, or an unhealthy lifestyle. As a result, instead of all the blood returning to the heart, some of it stays in your legs due to gravity, creating a heavy traffic jam and a blood swamp down there. So, what problems does this blood swamp cause for a person? Exactly the same things we see in the pictures and maybe even feel in our own bodies. The first and most obvious sign is swelling or edema. When blood pools down there, interstitial fluid leaks out of the vessels, causing the ankles and calves to swell. The second sign is varicose veins, those bulging, spider-like veins that become prominent due to high pressure, almost like they're about to burst. The third sign is a feeling of heaviness, fatigue, and pain in the legs. This is especially noticeable at the end of the day or after standing for a long time. It feels as if weights are tied to your legs, and if things get worse, due to iron leaking from red blood cells, the skin around your ankle starts to turn brown. In very severe cases, painful sores may even develop that don't heal easily. But the most dangerous part of all this isn't any of these. The real danger is like a sleeping monster hidden deep within this bloody swamp. When blood remains stagnant in one place for a long time, the risk of it clotting increases dramatically. These dangerous clots, which usually form in the deep veins of the lower leg, are called deep vein thrombosis, or DVT. This clot is like a ticking time bomb. As long as it stays in place, it may only cause pain, redness, and unusual warmth in one leg. But disaster strikes when this clot breaks loose, travels through the bloodstream, reaches the lungs, and causes a pulmonary embolism. It's a life-threatening emergency that can cut off your breathing within minutes. So that simple leg swelling isn't just a cosmetic issue. It's a serious warning telling you that your risk for this disaster has increased. Before we get into why this happens in the first place and how to prevent it, if you find this information useful, I'd appreciate your support with a like, comment, or by sharing this video with your friends so I can continue on this path with more motivation and know that I'm on the right track. If you're outside of Iran, there are also super thanks and join options below the videos next to like and subscribe for additional support. Thank you all so much. Now the main question is, why does Trump or anyone else end up like this? There are a few main reasons. The first and most important is the modern lifestyle. Years of standing for long periods during speeches and campaigns, or on the other hand, sitting motionless for hours in long meetings at a desk or on long flights, all contribute to this condition. A bank employee who sits at a desk for 8 hours a day, a teacher who has to stand for hours in the classroom, or a programmer who is immersed in coding, they're all exposed to exactly the same risk. Aging also naturally weakens the valves. Being overweight or obese is like always carrying a heavy backpack on your circulatory system, multiplying the pressure several times over. And finally, genetics. If your parents had varicose veins, you need to be even more careful about yourself. So this isn't a Trump disease, it's a disease of modern lifestyle that can have deadly consequences. Now that we know the main enemy and its dangers, how do we fight it and prevent that ticking time bomb? The good news is that the solutions are very simple and practical. The first rule is to befriend gravity. Whenever you can, keep your legs elevated above the level of your heart. When you're lounging on the couch, put a pillow under your feet. This is the simplest way to help drain that swamp of blood. The second rule, don't be a statue. Get up from your seat every half hour, take a few steps, rotate your ankle. This contraction of your calf muscles acts like an auxiliary pump, pushing the blood upward and preventing blood clots. The third rule, use compression stockings, also known as varicose vein stockings. These stockings act like a firm scaffold for your veins, applying external pressure so the valves work better. And finally, regular exercise like walking and swimming, along with weight loss, are the best gifts you can give your circulatory system. Those bruises on the hands can also be due to thinning of the skin as a result of aging or the use of certain medications. But swelling of the legs is a classic and serious warning sign of vascular disease and the risk of blood clots, which should never be ignored. From today, respect your legs more than ever before. They are the pillars of your body. Now that we've recognized this problem with modern science, let's turn to the powerful arsenal of traditional medicine, which has been grappling with these issues for thousands of years. Traditional medicine sees the root of this problem in the thickness and coldness of the blood and the weakness of the vessel walls. That's why it offers two main solutions. The first solution is to thin and warm the blood from within. The main hero here is natural homemade apple cider vinegar. Every morning, mix 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar with a glass of lukewarm water and drink it. Apple cider vinegar helps cleanse the blood vessels and improve blood circulation. Alongside this, using warming spices like ginger, cinnamon, and turmeric in your meals should become a habit. These spices act like a heater for your circulatory system and prevent blood stagnation and clotting. The second solution is to strengthen the blood vessel walls from the outside. Here, a miracle called horse chestnut oil comes into play. This oil contains a compound called acin, which amazingly reduces the permeability of blood vessels and strengthens their walls. Every night before bed, gently massage a few drops of this oil from your ankle upward in the direction of blood flow toward the heart. This is like reinforcing the walls of weakened pipes with a protective layer. And now, here are a few creative and modern tricks that you may not have heard of, but they are incredibly effective. The first trick is the battle of hot and cold water. When you shower, at the end of your shower, run cold water over your legs for 30 seconds, then hot water for 30 seconds. Repeat this process several times and always finish with cold water. This thermal shock gives your veins a real workout. It contracts and expands them, and just like an exercise, it greatly increases their elasticity. The second trick is massage with a tennis ball. Place a tennis ball under your foot and, while sitting on a chair, roll it from your heel to your toes. This activates the muscles on the sole of the foot, which are known as the second heart, and provides remarkable help in pumping blood from the extremities. And the third trick is to use magnesium. Many of us are deficient in magnesium. Magnesium is a natural relaxant for muscles and blood vessels. You can use a magnesium supplement, especially the glycinate type, or soak your feet 2 or 3 times a week in a basin of warm water containing Epsom salt, which is magnesium sulfate. This not only reduces swelling, but also helps relax the muscles and improve blood circulation. Thank you for staying with me until the end of the video. Don't forget to like and comment. Until the next video, take care.